blanket, feeling cold against your skin. Running through the chaos, letting all the sin. Temptation in a bottle, ready for the night. Craving for the thrill, it's time to ignite. Dark desires burning bright, echoes in the dead of night. No retreat, no looking back on this heart attack.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to be back. Good to be back on this Friday night for me. It's probably very early Friday morning for you guys. Weird to be on at the same day, at the same time. Not the same time, but good to see you all for this early morning show. Unfortunately, we were away this afternoon uh, at an appointment and it ran way longer than we thought it was going to go, and we didn't get back till about 6 p.m. So we couldn't jump on at our normal time today. But there's been a lot of updates that I want to bring you. I just want to set up. I was going to go at like 11:30, but uh, it's just too late. So I want to talk to you about a story. So there was a story we talked about a couple of months ago. There was a missing woman called Thomas Hoyt, 36. Do you guys remember this? She had been missing in Maine. Well, her remains were found in Maine. She was part of this set of three women who had gone missing over a number of years from the same location, and we were talking about the three different women that were involved in it. Well, they actually found one of the women's remains, Thomas Hoyt, the 36-year-old mother of two. She was missing from Presque Isle, and this was back in July this year. They're saying that they found her remains that were located in Blaine on October 30. And I have no idea where that is, but I'm going to look it up. They're saying examiner remains were discovered in Blaine. Yeah, October. So they discovered the remains on October 30, so almost a couple of weeks ago now. I'm just trying to find out where Blaine is. Maybe they meant Maine. Well, look, it is the Maine State Police announced that human remains located in Blaine late last month have been identified by the Maine's chief medical examiner as belonging to Thomas Hoyt. And they're saying cause and manner of death are still pending. I want to try and find out how this works. So she was from Presque Isle and was last seen on Robertson Road in Mars Hill in Blaine, a town of 650 people in northern Maine. They're saying she was believed to have been barefoot and without any money at the time. I'll show you a photo. Let me put up a photo of her. You may remember her. Actually, we'll just play the video and then we'll talk about it. And I'll show you what case it's connected to. All right, let's go here.
A body found in the Aroostook County town of Blaine last month is now identified as a missing mother from Mars Hill. An autopsy confirming the remains are that of 36-year-old Thomas Hoyt. She was last seen in July. No word this morning on how she died.
Very short video, but there was a photo of her. I'll get you another photo. But yeah, this woman was a part of an episode we did talking about possible serial killers. And we were talking about one in Texas, and then we were like, hey, there might be one in Maine. This woman was part of that, saying that she was the latest in a line of other women who had gone missing from this very small community in Maine. But they have finally found her body, Thomas Hoyt, and they're where and why we don't know yet. And I would like to know too. They're just saying she was like I said, she was last seen on Robinson Road in Mars Hill in Blaine. And where did they find those remains? They found them. So they were found in the same town. It's sort of confusing. There's two different spellings. One is Blaine, N-E. And then they say that her remains were found in B-L-A-N-E. I can't tell if these are the same towns or not, but if they are, means she didn't go far. Yeah, okay, it's a spelling mistake. So it sounds like she was found in the same town that she went missing from. The important thing will be, where did they find her? Where was her remains found? Let's see. So she was last seen on Robinson Road. Let me check here. Thomas Hoyt. Let me see if I can find where those remains were located. That's not what we want to do. Hold on, guys. All right, what are they saying? All right. There's another photo of her, by the way. Where did they find the body? Okay, so they're saying that it's an ongoing investigation into the cause of the sister's death, her death, and added a family are waiting for answers as they prepare funeral arrangements for Tommy. But they didn't tell us where they found it. Could she have been there for 6 months just in a random place nearby? I mean, it's possible. Found light before we identified. Yeah. So she left her house walking barefoot back in July, and then they were found October 30. All right, let's have a look. Thomas Hoyt. Yeah, remains. Maybe we can look up remains found. Remains found in Blaine, October 30. I want to see if maybe they did like an article about finding the remains, but like where they were found before they knew it was Tommy. That's what I'm trying to see if we can find that from a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, there was an article back on the 4th of November. A Blaine resident reported finding human remains on October 30. So they're saying that that's basically it. I'll take you to another video from when that happened.
Kurt, thank you very much. State police say human remains have been discovered in Blaine. Officials say a resident there reported finding them on Thursday. We're told the remains were taken to the medical examiner in Augusta for examination and positive identification. Because the investigation is ongoing, state police say no additional details will be released at this time.
A residential surveillance camera.
So the fact that a resident found her, it leads me to believe that she most likely died not too much longer after she was last seen in July. I just have this feeling the fact that she was found in the same town, found probably on someone's property, and they just happened to come across it a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, I just have a funny feeling she is probably not far from where she was last seen. I wish they would give us a bit more details about how far away from the last video. There's a video of her CCTV. How far away from that CCTV did they find those remains? But they're not saying. Look, either way, it's good news. We don't have to worry or wonder about what happened to this young lady anymore. We now know. If we could find out what happened to the other 2 women missing from this town, that would be good too. So there's 2 other women that went missing over the last couple of years from this location, and they haven't found them either. So, hey, anytime we get a missing person crossed off the list, whether they come back alive or unfortunately deceased, at least it means we're not looking for them anymore. Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, that was I think that was the last known footage of her where she was walking barefoot. It would be great if we can get some more details about where she was found. So, cause of death is pending ongoing investigation, which means we won't know whether it was due to elements or a self thing, something like that. And they're saying here that she did struggle with mental health and addiction around the time of her death. So, sounds like it might be a very tragic case of uh, barriers that maybe people couldn't overcome. So, but hey, good to know she's been found. Hey, Jay, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And hello to you too. Good to see you. Chipmunk says, was that normal for her to walk around barefoot? I think it was. I don't think that was out of the normal. I think that was, yeah, pretty common. If I can go back, I might be able to show you when she went missing in July.
Rob, it's now been 10 days since 35-year-old Thomas Hoyt was last seen in Mars Hill. Today, Hoyt's family speaks out in hopes that it will bring her home. News Source 8 reporter Megan Wasikin has more.
A mother of two, a sister, a beloved niece. These are just some of the ways Thomas Hoyt is described by loved ones, but the most current description is missing. Hoyt was last seen on Sunday, July 13th in Mars Hill, walking along the Robinson Road. Now her family is following any and all leads that could help bring her home. Hoyt's sister, Ricky Hoyt, says up till now, every lead has been a dead end.
If someone is hounding her, like, you can call in anonymous, you can do your part.
Surveillance video shows Hoyt on the Sunday of her disappearance wearing a pinkish-orange tank top and ripped jeans, barefoot. According to her family, she has been 9 years sober but has struggled from mental illness and addiction.
Her family, and we are the kind of help that she needs right now, and we need to get her back, and we need to get her right.
The sudden cutoff of contact is unlike Thomas Hoyt, according to her family, who claims that she has always been around for them through thick and thin. Hoyt grew up close with her aunt, even living with her at times. Belzer says their bond runs deep.
Well, today we get the confirmation that the remains that were found almost 2 weeks to the day in the same town were Thomas Hoyt. We'll have to wait for the preliminary examination to come back and find out exactly what is going on here. But at least from this sort of overview, it seems like it may have been just a very sad ending to someone's life, and it's a real shame that the town and the people in the family had to be put through that before they found her. What was it? Almost 5 months later. So she'll go home. Like I said in the other thing, they are planning her funeral, and they will keep investigating about how she died. I have a funny feeling it's going to come back as something like, I don't know, death by misadventure. The elements may have killed her, something like that. I don't think it's going to come back as something like a homicide investigation. It doesn't seem like anyone was last with her. It doesn't seem like anything like that. It's not like someone was picking her up or something like that. Trying to see if anyone locally knows where she was found. People just saying it was private property within the town. Someone said it might have been near the abandoned gas station in the town. So, don't know if that is true. I'm guessing we'll find out more. But yeah, there you go. An update for you in a case we talked about, I think only about a month or so ago, only about a month ago. And now we have the answers about what happened to Thomas. She has now been located and identified. So good news in that one in a way. Good news is a funny way to put it when someone's body is found, but it is good news. They get to give her a proper burial, and she gets to go and be with her family. So that's good news in that way, I guess. Let's go. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, here we go. So here's the other women. These were the 3 other women, and it was Atlin Shaw, Stephanie Dameron, and Thomas Hoyt. They were the 3 that we spoke about another time. That's a terrible size photo. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. So they're the 3 women we spoke about where they thought there was some sort of connection between them. Now we can cross off, at least for now, Thomas Hoyt at the end here. But the 2 older cases, the woman Atlin Shaw and the girl in the middle, those ones have not been solved. They still have not found those 2 girls, and they are still considered missing. So let me go here. So the other 3 women, Atlin Shaw, Stephanie Dameron. Atlin Shaw is the girl on the far left, and the girl in the middle is Stephanie Dameron. Those 2 still missing. Thomas Hoyt on the far right, now identified and located. Her remains have been taken to the medical examiner. So 1 down, 2 to go. Maybe we can close out 2025 and have 2 more found. That would be really good, and end this sort of local mystery for the town of Blaine. Hopefully it's not a serial killer like everyone thought it was. Yeah. That's all I have on that one for you. That's all I have. I just thought you guys would like to know the update since we spoke about her only about a month ago. All right. Let's keep going. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. All right. I want to take you to South Carolina. And a man has admitted to murdering his Denmark girlfriend and then burning her body. He's been sentenced to many decades in prison for his awful crime. He killed his girlfriend, Megan Faith Bodiford. And I remember when with this case, when she originally went missing, we covered it. And I think we covered it when Jarrett Davis was arrested. He is the man accused of this and now has been sentenced for killing that 25-year-old girlfriend. I'll play the little video and we'll talk more about it.
The man has pled guilty to the murder of his girlfriend in Bamberg County. Authorities say Jarrett Davis is facing 43 years for murder and 5 years for possession of a weapon in connection to the death of 25-year-old Megan Bodiford. He also faces 15 years concurrent for arson and 10 years concurrent for desecration of remains. Bodiford went missing in April of 2024. Officers later found her remains in a burned car in Denmark about a week after her disappearance.
So I remember covering this when it happened, and I want to go back to earlier this year when it happened. So he was sentenced to 43 years in jail. I want to go back to yeah. Let's go back to 2024. And a mother of 3 in South Carolina sent a chilling text to her best friend before her boyfriend allegedly shot and killed her. Deputies said 25-year-old Megan Bodiford was last heard from on April 25th when she texted a friend that she feared 28-year-old Jarrett Davis was going to kill her. A few days later, she was reported missing. It was then that deputies executed a search warrant at the couple's home and took Davis into custody on an active DV arrest warrant. When deputies arrived, Bodiford was nowhere to be found, but her 4-month-old baby was there. 5 days later, human remains were found in a burnt-out car along a dirt road. The grisly discovery less than 2 miles from her last known location. Jarrett Davis was arrested and charged with murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime, unlawful possession of a firearm, arson, and desecration of human remains. And now he's been sentenced to 43 or more years in jail. And they're saying here the only way she was identified was through DNA and dental records after her body was basically destroyed in that car fire where he left her remains, and they had to go back to dental and DNA to identify her. So her last moments on this earth were horrific. I don't know where her baby is now, but I hope some family member of hers has come forward to help the baby. That child would be, if it was 4 months old back then, that child would be almost 2 years old now. Almost 2 years old, and has been without its mum for the majority of its life due to the selfish actions of Jarrett. He's taken that mum away from that child forever, and it will now not have a father and not have a mother either. Yeah, let's go out to WIS TV.
Live from Columbia, South Carolina, WIS News 10 starts with developing news.
First at 6, a Bamberg County man is charged with the murder of his girlfriend, a 25-year-old mother of 3 who was reported missing last week after sending an ominous text to a friend.
Jarrett Davis is facing multiple charges, including murder and desecration of human remains. Megan Bodiford was last heard from on Thursday, April the 25th, when she texted a friend that she feared that Davis was going to kill her. Days later, human remains were discovered in a burnt car not far from where the couple stayed. Nick Neville live on the story for us here in the studio. And Nick, you spoke to one of Bodiford's cousins this afternoon. So what did she have to say about this?
Right, so she was understandably heartbroken. This is the outcome that she feared and all along hoped wasn't the case.
Megan Bodiford, a Bamberg County mother of 3, vanishes after texting a friend that she worried her boyfriend may kill her. 8 days after sending that text, the boyfriend, Jarrett Davis, is now being charged with her murder.
My heart it sunk even deeper than it was before.
Arrest warrants allege that Davis shot and killed Bodiford last Thursday night, and then set her car on fire while she was inside. Human remains were found in a burnt car days later along a dirt road beneath some utility poles. That discovery less than 2 miles from Bodiford's last known location on Gents Branch Road. Another warrant accuses Davis of illegally possessing a shotgun based on his prior criminal history as a convicted felon.
If he would have been locked up the way that he was supposed to be the first time, maybe he wouldn't have even gotten a chance to get this far with her.
The Bamberg County Sheriff's Office executed a search warrant at the couple's residence on Saturday and took Davis into custody on an active domestic violence arrest warrant. Bodiford was nowhere to be found, but her 4-month-old baby was there, unharmed. Some neighbors say there had been warning signs. Stephanie Nickens, Bodiford's cousin, says she feels like law enforcement failed in its duty to protect Bodiford.
It could have been prevented. It could have. It definitely could have. My cousin, Megan, she called his probation officer. She called police multiple times. It's just different occasions where she reached out for help.
A story we hear far too often about these women who reach out for help multiple times from various different agencies, even trying to report him to his parole officer, and not too much longer ends up the victim of a homicide. Far too many of these. We read hundreds of them every year, literally hundreds of them. I've said before that I should change the name of my channel to How Women Are Murdered, because that's 99% of the stories that we read. What happened to the baby now? I don't know, but I'm hoping that little baby is with family and the family is helping raise the child. Here's a photo of Megan there. Very, very beautiful young lady. It's a shame her life on this earth was cut very short, very, very short. But he's going to be in jail for at least 43 years. He can't really harm anyone for the next almost 50 years of his life. He'll probably, hopefully, he'll die in prison. Hopefully. Hopefully he will never be a free guy ever again. Doesn't bring her back though, but very sad ending to that story as well. Yeah. But yeah, he is finally been sentenced, and it's another story that we followed a couple of years or last year that we can finally put a sort of ending to now. All right, let's keep going. We did that. We did this one. All right, so that. We got a few stories to continue with if I can get everything lined up. All right, apparently we're going to go to Oregon, which we don't do that often. This is in Washington. Ridgefield, Washington. 34-year-old woman accused of killing a man by poisoning his drink. We know a bit about people who poison people on this channel. She appeared in court on Monday, and they're saying they have got new court documents. Raylan Benzie is facing charges that include murder, controlled substance homicide, placing poison or other harmful substances in a drink, robbery, and theft. According to the court documents, officers with the Cowlitz Tribe Police Department were sent to the Ilani Casino Hotel for a reported death on October 5. They found a 38-year-old man dead. He's been identified as Arslan. The victim only had one legal name, according to court records. One legal name. According to documents, police believe that Benzie gave the man a deadly dose of fentanyl and stole his personal property. She ended up being arrested on October 31. The documents say that during a police interview, Benzie said she decided to give Arslan fentanyl because she forgot to bring a date rape drug that she usually puts men to sleep with in order to rob them. So she decided, oh, I didn't bring my Rohypnol. I'm going to use some fentanyl instead, and ended up killing the guy. Well done. Well done. You can go to jail, straight to jail, and stay there.
Woman accused of killing a man at the Elene Hotel. She's accused of killing him by poisoning his drink. On Monday, Raylan Benzie appeared in court facing charges including murder, controlled substance homicide, placing poison or other harmful substances in a drink, robbery, and theft. According to court documents, the Cowlitz Tribe Police Department was called to the Elene Hotel for a reported death on October the 5th. They found a 38-year-old man identified as Arslan dead. According to the court documents, police believe that Benzie gave the man a lethal dose of fentanyl and stole his personal property. The documents say that during a police interview, Benzie said that she decided to give Arslan fentanyl because she had forgotten to bring a date rape drug that she usually uses to put men to sleep so that she can rob them.
She looks absolutely clapped out in that photo. She looks like she's been on a 4.5-month bender. That's what she looks like. Let me see if I can find anything about it. Raylan Benzie. Let's see if we can find anything else about Raylan Benzie. The fact that she tried to drug the guy and instead. So this is the photo that she uses online. That person does not look anything like the person we saw in the court footage. It shows you how much these apps and AI and filters, they can do some absolute heavy lifting, because she ain't look like that, and this is some sort of like false advertising. I would sue her for false advertising if she rocked up on a date. Although you probably shouldn't do that because she'll put fentanyl in your drink. Yeah, she looks nothing like the clapped out woman we saw in that footage. What are they saying here about her? She told police, I don't know why she told the police, but she admitted to using fentanyl to drug Alson instead because she had forgotten the GHB. Well, that's always what happens, right? You forget the GHB, you substitute the fentanyl. It's a tale as old as time itself. Yeah, look, hey, look, some more like filtered images. Look at this. Don't look anything like her, the woman we saw in court. And here's what you get. Here's what you get if you actually turn up on that date. You get this. Someone that looks like she should be in like a really warped version of Rocky Horror Picture Show with all that makeup. It looks nothing like the woman in the photos that we saw. I don't think she looks anything like this woman at all. Like I said, you could sue for false advertising. I really think so. I don't think it's a trans woman. I don't think so. They're saying she's in custody with a combined bail of $10 million. $10 million of bail. Yeah, she's in custody. She was arraigned on November 7th and last appeared in court today. They're saying her next court appearance is set for November 25. Her trial is scheduled for January of 2026. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. I say, apparently detectives seized her phone. They found a text message sent to her friend that said, "I panicked and did something dumb. I need out of here, please. I could go away for a very long time." She's apparently also a psychic and a fortune teller because she was able to see into the future in that text message. In that text message, she saw into the future and knew she was going to go away for a long time. She may be psychic. There you go. She knew what was going to happen to her. I panicked. I don't think you panicked and did something dumb. You got that right. I need out of here, please. I could go away for a very long time. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. We need to save the world from you, and we need, well, we need to save you from all the filters on Snapchat. They're saying here, this person, a man who was seen with Benzie after she left Alston's room, told detectives that she allegedly admitted to giving him drugs. He told police that Benzie allegedly said that Alston probably OD'd and he's probably going to die. So, like, don't get him help, don't call an ambulance, don't Narcan him, don't get some sort of help and save his life. Just run around like a headless chook and be like, oh my god, he's gonna die, he'll probably OD. You get the Narcan spray, get him out of the friggin' overdose, save his life maybe. Instead, you just ran around in circles, text messaging people, saying that the guy's gonna die, and he did. I mean, they should give you an extra 5,000 years just for that, because there's a chance he could have lived. Then that makes your crime so much worse. So much worse. The fact that she could have saved his life even after the OD and just decided to run around text messaging people. Horrible. Whoever Alston is deserved better. And why they only have one legal name, I'm not sure. They're saying here, footage allegedly revealed that she was in the man's room for just under 2 hours before leaving and entering with another man. Benzie initially told detectives that Alston was snoring when she left the room, adding, "That's weird, that doesn't make sense," when she was questioned about his death. However, police interviewed another man who spoke to Benzie that night, who said that she allegedly put the fentanyl in his drink and left him unconscious. Ay, ay, ay. They're saying here, Benzie, pictured in leopard print clothing, was seen walking with Alston in the early hours of the morning on October 4, according to a probable cause affidavit obtained by local news outlet, The Colombian. They're saying here, she just left her other robbing the drugs she uses to rob men at a different location. She's like, I left them at home again. Wow, she deserves everything she has coming to her, and I hope she stays. As unhappy as she looks in this photo, I hope for all of her years in jail, she stays this unhappy. She looks like she is looks like she's detoxing as well. She looks like she is detoxing herself from the fentanyl. Sounds like she was probably using the drugs for herself. What an awful woman. Decided to kill a guy just to rob a small amount of money from him. They're saying here that Arslan was murdered for only $1,000. $1,000. He had a casino ticket that had winnings on it, and that's what she took from him and cashed it out at the casino. And that's what he was killed for. $1,000. That is what his life was worth. What a sorry excuse for a human she is. She can go straight to the zappy chair. She can go straight to the spicy injection. Just send her all the way there right now. She can go away. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Good morning from Ohio. Hi to all our friends in Ohio this morning. Hope it is not too cold out there today. Hope it is a warmer day. I hope you're not getting all that heavy snow and sub-zero temperatures. Let's hope not. But yeah, there you go. There is your bizarre story of the week. Drugging and killing a guy for very little money. $1,000. That's what the man's life was worth. $1,000. That's it. Warmer today in Ohio. I hope it is for all of you Ohioans. Yes, I hope it is a warmer day for you. No, like 80 inches of snow. We don't want to see that. That would be terrible. All right, what else do we have on my list of updates for you? No updates in the Native American girl who was found dead in Arizona. No updates on that one as of yet. They're still investigating her death and her homicide, but no updates. I don't have anything as of yet. When I do, I will bring it to you. But right now, it's sort of in a holding pattern. All right, what else do we have for you? I probably have. Okay. An update to a very old story from back in 2010. Here, I'll bring it to you. I don't actually remember this story, but you guys might. They're saying, father of missing Morenci boys now charged with murder 15 years after they disappeared. They're saying the 3 boys disappeared from Morenci more than a decade ago. Their father now charged with open homicide. Let's see. Wait, hold on. What happened to our audio?
Before he's set to possibly be released.
And tonight, major developments in a case which has rocked a small community in Lenawee County for 15 years.
Now, just weeks before he's set to possibly be released from prison, the father of the missing Morenci boys now facing a new charge: murder. John Skelton has long been blamed for the disappearance of his 3 sons. The brothers Andrew, Alexander, and Tanner last seen with their father in 2010. Despite multiple search efforts and tips, they've yet to be found.
13 Action News was the first to break this story, and we have team coverage tonight. Alexandria Manthe is in Morenci getting reaction to today's developments. I-Team reporter Sean Hegarty has stayed on top of this case from the beginning.
And Sean leads our team coverage with what we're learning about these new charges. And the big question tonight, why now? What's changed after 15 years? Sean?
Yeah, Lee, at this point, we are not being told why and now. Prosecutors and investigators are staying tight-lipped today, all of them keeping this case close to the vest. 15 years since they were last seen alive, the father of Andrew, Alexander, and Tanner Skelton is now charged with their murders. John Skelton, already sentenced to 15 years on unlawful imprisonment charges, now is charged with the boys' murder. The boys' family releasing a statement Thursday that read in part, "It has been 15 long years since our 3 boys, Andrew, Alexander, and Tanner, went missing. Throughout this time, our family has lived with unimaginable pain, unanswered questions, and the constant hope that one day we might learn the truth about what happened to them. A murder trial might reveal that, but some parts may remain unanswered." Michigan State Police, who brought these charges forward, would not comment Thursday, neither would the Lenawee County Prosecutor's Office. Neither the boys nor their remains have ever been located, meaning a murder charge could be tricky. We do not know yet what new evidence, if any, has been developed since their initial disappearance. The boys' family went on to say in that statement, "Our priority has always been and continues to be finding out what happened to Andrew, Alexander, and Tanner and seeking justice for them. We ask that the investigation be allowed to proceed thoroughly and without interference so that the truth may finally come to light."
Well, that's all you can ask for, right? That the truth finally come to the light. This was maybe a little before my time. They're saying John Skelton was charged in Lenawee County with 3 counts of homicide, open murder. That's the description. Tampering with evidence, and he's been in jail since 2011 for kidnapping his 3 boys, Andrew, Alexander, and Tanner. He was scheduled for release on November 29th of this year, so only a couple of weeks later. If he had not been charged with these crimes, he probably would have been released from jail on those kidnapping charges. Now, a couple of weeks before he was due to get out. He probably thought he was going to be out and free. He is now going to be facing charges for the death of his 3 boys. He's not going to get away with it. They're finally going to grab him for it, and feels like a bit of a it feels like investigators waited till the last minute to sort of like stick the knife to him and be like, not so fast. You're not getting out. We're going to do you now for the murder charges after you thought you were just going to get out on the kidnapping charges. So, great work. They're saying here, John Skelton searched about how to break a neck, potassium cyanide, and rat poison. These searches were allegedly conducted the same month his boys disappeared. And they're saying here that John addressed in a S-word note stating, "You will hate me," they said they believe that note implies that he killed his sons. John appeared virtually at March's hearing of this year to declare that it was to declare his sons legally dead. He did not provide any information about their whereabouts at that hearing, and he said, "I'm at a disadvantage. Anything I say isn't going to make a difference." Well, it could do. You could at least give them back to the rest of the family. You could at least let them be buried with respect and with other family members. Instead, he is the only one who knows where they are. But hey, we're going to try keep him in jail just for another 3 or 4 decades. That would be good. Yeah, charged. Now he's finally been charged. Good work. Anytime we can get a result, that would be great work. 15 years. It's a long time. A long time to wait for anything to do with this particular case. That's what I mean. I don't remember it. Ping does not remember this one at all. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little before my time.
News starts now with breaking news.
Well, 15 years in the making, Lenawee County prosecutors have charged the father of the missing Morenci boys with killing them. John Skelton now facing 3 homicide charges. He was set to be released from prison later this month, but now that appears to be on hold. I-Team reporter Sean Haggerty is live in Adrian this afternoon with the breaking details. Sean?
And Tina, there's one major complicating factor in a murder charge. The boys have never been located. Their bodies have never been found, and that'll be a major issue as they go forward here pursuing a murder charge. This, of course, a case that has captivated people here in Adrian, Morenci, and throughout the region for 15 years. Alexander, Andrew, and Tanner Skelton all disappearing after Thanksgiving 2010. Their father, John Skelton, was supposed to bring them to their mother, and they were never seen again. Some of the stories John has told investigators over the years about their whereabouts was that he had given the boys to an underground organization. He was convicted of unlawful imprisonment for the disappearance of the 3 boys and sentenced to 15 years. That ends the Saturday after this Thanksgiving when he was set to walk free. These charges now keep him in the court system. We do not yet know about a date for an appearance here in Adrian, Lenawee County Court, but right now we do know he is in a state prison in the area of Grand Rapids. Now, we are working to get a lot more information on this case. For example, what has changed over the last 15 years to bring the charges now? Is there new evidence? Those are the kind of questions that you probably have at home, and we're going to try throughout the day to answer those. We've not yet heard from the Lenawee County prosecutor yet on more information about where these charges are going and what could be coming next.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what new evidence, if anything, is tied to bringing the charges now. I can't see anything that would sort of say why it happened. Yeah, I can't see anything that is telling us a reason. Let me try and see if I can find it. Yeah. Imagine spending 14 years in prison thinking your release date is finally upon you in 2 weeks' time, and surprise, you're hit with murder charges. That's right. I think that is exactly the idea. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people asking what is it that changed, meaning they can now proceed with those charges where they couldn't do it for almost 2 decades, but no one seems to have the answer of what that might be, and I can't find anything either that would shed any light on it. Sort of. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm having a look here. It doesn't tell us anything. Doesn't tell us anything about what these charges might be based on. Here's a photo of the three boys still missing today. They don't know where they are, never been found. Maybe, maybe, very small percent. Maybe we'll find them now that charges have been brought. Yeah, it could have been a jailhouse confession. Could have been. Maybe that's how they got it. Maybe they've been bugging his cell. You never know, right? It could have been. Let's see. All right. All right. Let's leave that one there. I don't have too much more for you on that one. And I'm guessing in a couple of weeks we're probably going to find out a lot more when they release that probably we'll get a case file that gets out into the public somehow. All right. I have one other story for you over here. If I can get it to load. Yep. They're saying a teen charged in mum's murder wanted to be Jason from Friday the 13th, according to prosecutors. Wanted to be like the Friday the 13th character. Really? Like Jason Voorhees? All right. So this is in Florida. They're saying Derek Rosa. Oh, we know Derek Rosa. Who was 13 at the time of the killing, was indicted for first-degree murder after allegedly stabbing his mother, Irina Garcia, 46 times while she slept in the bedroom on the night of October 12th, 2023, just an hour before the start of Friday the 13th. They're saying in a new court filing, prosecutors are asking Miami-Dade judge to allow several pieces of evidence to be introduced at his upcoming trial, which could begin in early 2026. Yeah, we covered this at the time, and it's this photo that I always remembered, this particular photo from when it happened. Let's see here. According to the filing, Rosa photographed his mother's body, took a selfie with his blood-covered hand, and sent the images to a friend, allegedly admitting to the killing. Moments later, he called 911 and confessed again, describing in detail how he stabbed his mother in the neck and chest. And the quote is, "I'm doing Jason." According to new court filings, Rosa was allegedly asking his friends for scary Halloween costume ideas. Rosa allegedly stated, "I'm doing Jason from the horror movie Friday the 13th." And prosecutors allege Rosa wanted to be Jason and that his mother's killing happened an hour before midnight on Friday the 13th. Spooky, right? Spooky.
Turning to a story that we have watched for you over the years, for the first time, Miami-Dade prosecutors have released a possible motive in the murder case of Derek Rosa, the teenager who is accused of killing his own mother in 2023. Derek Rosa was 13 years old at the time. He stabbed his mother, Irina Garcia, more than 40 times while she slept. That is according to police. As the case heads towards a trial next year, prosecutors want a judge to allow evidence they say shows Rosa was fascinated with violence and gore. Court records reveal he wanted to dress as Jason from the horror movie Friday the 13th, and that this killing happened just an hour before midnight on Friday the 13th. Investigators say Rosa also made disturbing Google searches like, quote, "Where is the best place to stab someone?" Derek Rosa has pleaded not guilty, and his defense team has tried to shift blame to his stepfather. A judge has not yet decided whether that evidence will be allowed at the trial.
There you go. Still working our way to trial for Derek Rosa. We will get there eventually, but every time we get an update, it seems weirder and weirder. The fact that this kid had an obsession with violent imagery and Friday the 13th to the point that he would use a knife on his mom. It's brutal. He did it on Friday the 12th. Yeah, actually, what day was it? 2023. Let's go back. October. Yeah, Friday. No, it was Friday the 13th in October. October 12th. Yeah, they're saying he killed her Thursday, October 12th, just before midnight. Just before Friday the 13th, a couple of hours beforehand. So, there you go. All right. Ladies and gents, I know it was a quick one tonight, just a bunch of updates for you. It's almost midnight here in Melbourne, Australia, almost midnight. But I will be back tomorrow for our normal showtime. I'll be back for our normal showtime in the evening. So you'll get to see me twice today, once in the morning, and then I'll see you for the evening show as well. Hey, I love you all. Sorry we missed the show earlier today. I wanted to come and at least see you for the morning and say hello and catch up before I see you tonight. And yeah, we'll hang out tonight. We'll have some fun. You know, Mrs. Ping bought 2 new American pies today. Some very interesting flavors. So we may have a USA taste test tonight. So for Friday night for you guys, we may taste some American pies for you tonight. Have fun at work, everyone. If you're going to work, it's almost the weekend. You just got to get through today. Get through today, then it's TGIF, and you get to party all weekend, all right? Just get through today. Drive safe out there. Have a good Friday. And remember, it's almost the weekend. It's almost the weekend. Just got to get through the day. Just get through the day, and then you got a whole weekend to do whatever you want. So have a great work day out there. May your bosses forever be out of the office on a Friday. Love you all. Have a great day. Good morning, USA. Bye.